Okay. I'll hide. Okay.
You know, I'm going to still look at.
Can you sit straight though? I don't want you knocking back and forth. Yeah. Sit up. Yeah, because you might hurt. You might break something. We don't want to. Okay, so we're gonna reread The Red Thread, an adoption fairy tale by Grace Lynn, and we're gonna summarize it. We haven't summarized when we kind of take the gist of what the story's about. We're not gonna retell it, but we're gonna write a summary about it.
But what was the last time we did a summarizing?
That we summarized? It's been a couple of months, okay? So why don't we read the story again? Okay.
And Lynn and Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Why can I not get it?
Because I don't think there is. Okay. So, The Red Thread, an adoption fairy tale. Do you remember what an adoption was?
Adoption means my butt is wet. No, for a line.
Can you tell me? Do you remember what it means to adopt?
Oh, adopt means you have something and you keep it.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait. You find something like a baby and you adopt it.
Well, usually it's animals or children.
Or
pretty much that. Okay.
Robots.
And you care for them, right? And you love them. Hopefully, that's the plan, right? Okay, so there's an ancient Chinese belief that an invisible, unbreakable red thread connects all those who are destined to be together. We'll talk about destiny. Okay, do you want to read any of it? Can you sit up?
I want you to read.
Okay. This story again, you've heard it 100 times. Are you sure? Okay, I'll read it.
Okay, I read it.
You want to? Okay.
Okay. Once a king and a queen ruled over magnificent.
See, that's a C can make a S sound right there, like in city. Magnificent, right?
Kingdom. Their subjects loved them. Their castle shone like the sun, and there was never family or
any famine,
drought. They knew they were very lucky, yet sometimes something was missing.
Very good. I'll read this one. One morning, the queen woke up with a pain in her heart. It was a steady ache that filled her with sadness. I have a pain in my heart, she said to the king. It is a hurt that will not leave. I feel it too, the king said. It feels as if my heart is tearing into two. You want to read? Or do you want to read just the first sentence?
Okay, sure. So the king and queen called in doctors and scientists, wise men, and medicine woman.
Very good.
The healers made them drink special teas, breathe in orange herbs.
Well, that's another C that makes us sound.
Recite.
Very good.
Recite rhythm.
Rhyming
Poetry.
Very good.
And wear metal bracelets, but nothing worked.
The pain remained and grew worse each day. The king and queen began to lose hope that their suffering would end.
What does suffering mean?
Suffer. When you suffer,
You die.
no, like you might be suffering from back pain, or you might be suffering because you have stubbed your toe. I mean, suffering can mean physical pain, but it can also be emotional pain, especially if you lose somebody that you love very much. Your heart can suffer. That's what they were suffering, because their heart was missing something. One day, an old peddler wheeled his cart of trinkets into the kingdom. Hearing about the king and queen's distress, he requested an audience. "It's as I thought," the man said when he saw them. "There is a red
thread
being pulled from your hearts." "A red thread?" the queen gasped. "Where?" "I see nothing," said the king. "Try on my spectacles," the peddler said, holding out his wire frames. "You will see." Okay, why don't you read that sentence?
Sure enough, when the queen put on the glasses, he could see brilliance and red threads coming from her heart.
Okay.
It ran around the room and out the castle door and far beyond. With every move she made, the thread pulled and twisted, causing her pain. The peddler
Good.
found another pair of spectacles for the king, and the king too saw the thread coming from his heart too. The two threads had knotted together into thick strand. "We must cut the thread," the king declared. Declared.
Do you know what declared means?
No, let's just keep on
Okay,
going.
well, it means he demanded, or he said, "Let's do that," okay? But no scissors, knife, or blade would cut the thread any more than they could cut a beam from the moon. "What should we do?" the queen cried in anguish. "You will have to follow the thread," the peddler told them. "You both must find out who or what is pulling on the other end."
It's your baby.
Okay, yes, I made you predict, and you didn't know, but here we go, we know. So the king and the queen packed a basket of food and wine and left the kingdom in the care of the queen's sister. They followed the red thread out of the castle, and their subjects waved farewell. Even though the king and the queen were sad to leave their kingdom, each step they took lessened the pain in their hearts. Why would they have less pain as they got closer and closer to the end of the thread?
Like pretending this is me.
Okay, come over here. If you're acting it out, come over here. Okay?
Pretending this is the string.
Okay.
It goes like going
Mm-hmm.
down, and then less pain comes. Like,
Yes, the closer they
like
get
now
to it.
it's
So
like-
why is that?
Ow, ow,
Okay.
ow, and then.
Okay, come have a seat. Can
Oh,
you come?
dang it, I draw it on myself.
You drew on yourself. Thank you. You were a good catch. It was a long and difficult journey. Snow fell and sharp rocks made holes in their shoes. The king and the queen shivered in the cold, and their fine clothes ripped from wear. kind birds flew to help them untangle the thread from the branches. What is untangle? Do you know what that means?
Like, what if this is a knot?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then,
If the thread got all tangled, it might get all knotted up.
yeah, like, what
Okay.
if, let me get that.
I don't really want you to tangle
Look.
up my thread, but we can do that later.
No, I'm not tangled up.
Okay.
This is tangled up. And I am untangled it.
Okay, very good. All right. So they knew following the red thread was their only cure. As they traveled, the thread grew shorter
And less pain.
shorter and less pain. Very good. Yet when the thread led them to the shore of the vast sea, do you know what vast means? Vast means very large, and the sea can be vast.
Like, what if it was bigger than the whole earth?
Well, there's a lot of ocean on the earth, more than land.
What if there was a planet called...
Okay, we won't go there right now. Let's tune into our story, okay? Because we're going to be summarizing it, and you need to know how to do that, right? Yet when the thread led them to the shore of a vast sea, they almost despaired. Why would they be in despair when they see this giant sea? But maybe they get worried, right?
Yeah.
But the thread tugged at them, so they bought a boat and began to row.
Row.
So they
down
luckily
the
they
street.
found a boat so they could go across the ocean, across the sea. With every stroke of the oars, they wondered what was pulling the thread. Was it a ferocious beast or a cruel magician? What would they do when they met whatever was on the other end? What did you predict? Or that it was a wicked witch? Or what? A beast?
Hush, little baby, don't you get...
Okay, why don't you read the next sentence?
No.
Please, you've been
I'm
doing so
fine.
well. You're such a
The
good
queen
reader.
and king finally reached the shore of a faraway land. The red thread guided them to a small village. The people stared at them. They were so strange. The clothes ripped to rags, hair entangled.
Hair?
I said tangled.
You did. Good.
And faces as pale as the moon. But the villagers smiled and greeting for they were friendly people. The king and the queen, however, took a little notice of anyone.
Why would they take little notice of anyone? What do you think? When you're busy with something and you take little notice, is it because you're busy with your brain and you're thinking about something else?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what they're thinking. The end of
The red thread was within their
within their
straight
sight.
sight.
We'll be focusing on that.
They ran to a small bundle in front of an old house.
Okay, where is the small bundle in front of the old house?
Ching ching with the bird,
Very good.
Wait. Staying alive. We're gonna see.
When they reached the bundle, both stopped in amazement. What does it mean to be amazed or in amazement? Very good. I like your acting. Inside the bundle was a baby. She was laughing and playing and tugging at the red threads tied around each of her ankles. She looked up at the queen and the king and the queen and smiled. Whose baby is this? The queen asked. Who does she belong to? Her words were strange to the villagers, who chattered a language that the king and queen could not understand. Finally, a wrinkled elder pushed herself forward. Where's the wrinkled elder in that picture? Here? Okay, she doesn't look that wrinkled to me, but anyway, she's older than the rest. The elder's bespectacled eyes followed the short red threads connecting to the king and queen to the baby. Her face broke into a broad smile. This baby, the old woman said, belongs to you.
I knew it. It was the old dumb. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Why don't you read one more sentence?
I'm just kidding. So the king and the queen took the baby home and kidnapped her to their castles, and they become prince and she became princess of the kingdom.
Okay. They never felt the pain in their hearts again. Instead, they were filled with joy and happiness. They never found out how the red thread had connected them to their daughter, but they knew why, and that is all that mattered. The king and the queen searched for the old peddler to reward him for his help, but he had moved to the next kingdom. He had heard the king and queen there were suffering from the pain in their hearts.
The end.
Yes, it's our favorite story too. So
Wait.
is this the same people?
Uh-huh.
Why do you say that? Why do you think it's the same people?
Because the bomb looks like
You think they look the same?
Yeah, look.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm thinking this is in modern times and they're reading this story and that they had adopted her. And she feels like she's been chosen and that their hearts are full of joy and happiness.
Wait.
Do you think?
Let's go to this page.
Because
And
they feel like, back to here, they feel like they've been destined to be together, that they've chosen her to be their child. That's my thinking, but you don't have to.
Wait, look. Wait.
Okay.
So you look at this page.
Now we're going to summarize. How are we going to summarize this? By using this template.
So you see this, right? I want to see that.
Yeah. Okay.
They
Very
all
good.
look the same, and the dad looks both like the same, and the
Okay.
daughter looks both the same.
All right. So, using this, do you remember? Somebody. Sit up straight, please. We don't have a lot of time. You need to focus, okay?
How much time do we have left?
We need to finish this and then, okay?
You write it and you write the.
Okay, but you tell me what to write. Somebody.
Yes.
Who was the main character or person in the story?
The king and the queen.
Okay, so the king and the queen. Okay, can you read this? It says wanted. What did the character or person want? We were not sure what they wanted, but what was happening? Uh-oh. They wanted
I know what they wanted.
what did they want?
Okay, right? It's you gotta read my mind. I'm just kidding. You gotta it.
You can look at the text if you need to.
I already know what it is.
Okay, so you tell
She
me.
wants the king and the king. The king and the queen wanted split.
What was happening here?
They don't want the pain. The
Okay.
king and the queen.
They wanted
don't want the pain.
the pain to what?
Grow harder.
Grow
And-
harder? The
No,
pain?
grow
To-
more.
They wanted to grow more pain, or they wanted the pain to go away?
The pain to go away.
Okay, wanted the pain to go away.
Ah.
All right, but
they recognized, but the king and queen called doctors, scientists, and
they called doctors, scientists,
and medicine woman.
to help them.
To help them, but nothing helped them.
Oh, wait, hold on. So, how did the character or person try to solve the problem?
They followed. They got spectacles.
So, who did they meet?
This old grandpa,
What did they call him?
old fat lady.
No, what does it say? Look in the text.
The pelder.
No, what is it? Look at that word.
I said the peddler.
Very
Peddler.
good. So,
The peddler.
the peddler, someone that
So
peddles
the
is
peddler
might try to.
ruin their lives and
Well, but he's a good peddler, right? Was he a
Wait.
bad peddler or a good peddler?
good peddler.
Yeah, so
he dookies on
the
their face.
peddler,
They dook it on the face.
a peddler.
The peddler.
Okay, the peddler. I'm writing down what you tell me. The peddler. What did he say?
The peddler gave,
What did he tell?
gave the king and queen spectacles.
King and queen.
Spectacles.
Spectacles.
Yes.
How do I spell spectacles?
Spectacles. To tickle.
To what? Why did he give spectacles?
Because.
To what?
So they can see where the.
To see the red thread.
The red thread.
Okay, then what happened? How did they solve it? Then
I already read.
I know, but you tell me what to write. Then
The king and the queen. The king and the queen found a baby, and they were the.
well, what did they do with the thread? They saw the thread, and then what did they do? Then the king and the queen
Walked very, 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 very,
followed the
Very.
thread.
very, very, very,
I don't have
Very.
time
very,
to followed
very far.
the thread very far to find what?
To find the thread was coming from.
Now, what did they have at the end of the thread? Very far to
A
find
baby.
the baby. Okay, so
Baby.
now we have to write the summary from this, what we did. So,
I am not going to write
you tell me what to write.
it. Okay.
Can you sit up? Can you read this?
The king and queen wanted the pain to go away.
Should that be the first sentence?
But yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The king and queen
King and queen are worth
wanted
the pain.
Where was the pain?
The red thread.
No, where was their pain?
Their hearts.
Okay, so can I add heart pain? So we know?
No, that sounds weird.
Okay. All right. The king and the queen wanted the pain to go away.
Yes.
Okay.
Spectacles.
Read this part.
But they called doctors and scientists and medicine women.
Okay. Let's say that really is like a really long sentence. So we'll just say the king
To
and the
help
queen
them.
wanted the pain away. Period. They called. What did they call? Can you sit up and read what you?
They called doctors,
Okay.
scientists, and medicine lady, but none of them work.
And medicine
And never,
lady,
never,
but
never,
none but none helped. Helped. Okay, so where did they find the peddler? Was he part of him? Like, how did he show up? Do you remember?
He showed up in a
After everyone else, or what? Focus here. Can you find me?
They found the old pillar.
Oh, it was
Right.
It was later. It was later, right?
Later,
So later,
the peddler came. Dun dun dun.
came. All right.
The bad big laugh.
Come on, here, focus. Come on. Read what I have so far. I want you.
Okay. The king and the queen wanted the pain to go away. They called put in.
Where? Sit properly. Face me this way.
Between here.
They called.
And doctors.
Okay.
They called in doctors.
Focus. Turn around. They called in doctors.
Doctor, scientist, and medicine lady. But none helped. So later, the peddler came.
Peddler came.
And
Focus. Look what you
And-
told me up here.
and gave the queen and king spectacles to find what's pulling their hearts.
To find what was pulling
their hearts.
Okay.
No, that's a S.
Sorry. That's a G. Pulling their hearts, period. Then we'll just put they followed the thread.
The thread.
I didn't spell thread right. How do I spell thread? Thread. Thread. You should know this one.
THERD.
Thread. It's that blend that we're talking about.
AR. No.
No.
Thir. THR.
THR and then ed.
ED.
It's EAD, but that's okay. Thread. Follow the thread. What?
To find what's at the other side.
Okay, here you put thread very far to find the baby. What do you want me to put? Then they followed the thread
to find the
their baby or
the baby.
the baby. Okay, can you read your summary right now?
Okay. Wait,
Can
are
you
you
see?
done? Are you done?
What do you mean? You're done. I just wrote down what you told
The
me.
kings and queens wanted the pain to go away. They called in doctors, scientists, and medicine medicine ladies.
Okay, we can put ladies. It was a medicine lady, but you can put ladies. Where does it say ladies? Ladies. Okay, go on. Read the rest.
Medicine ladies, but none helped. So later, the peddler came and gave the kings and queens spectacles to gave what was pulling their hearts. Then they found
Came and gave them spectacles to find.
what was pulling their hearts. Then they followed the thread to find the baby.
The end.
But they didn't look in the future.
No.
Pe-
We are done. You did great.
We are done with all this,
Well, with the comprehension, we have vocabulary next.
and then that's all.
Almost. Let me just turn this off real
Wait,
quickly.
what do we have to do now?